Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 16 of Why You, Why Me, and it's titled Sneaking Out to See Him. Voop, voop. Your phone vibrated in your pocket. Want to meet up today? It was Bakugou. Sure, you replied, smiling at your phone. Usual cafe? Yeah, he replied. See you 3:30. You closed your phone and slid it back into your pocket, smiling happily to yourself. Your smile vanished instantly, though, when you realised that you were going to have an excuse to leave the house and go out, and your parents were certainly not keen on you seeing Bakugou as your reason. You paused in the hallway and pondered a minute, your grandma seeing you stop through the open door of her room. "Yen dear," she called sweetly, "would you be a darling and drop down to the shops to get some things for me?" You turned to look at her, about to tell her that you had other plans, but the twinkle in her eye stopped you. She smiled cheekily and beckoned you in with her crooked finger. You wandered into her room, eyebrows raised quizzically. What's my dear old grandma scheming now, you thought. You're needing an excuse to go and see your Bakugou, are you not? She whispered cunningly. Use the excuse that I've asked you to get some stuff. She winked. I don't care if you don't bring me back anything, she chuckled. Just go and have fun. A wide grin spread across your face and you engulfed her in a bear hug. Grandma, you're the best, you squealed quietly into her knitted top. She chuckled again and patted your head. Go, sweet girl, don't let them ruin your fun. She was referring to your family's disapproval of Bakugou. You smiled and nodded, trotting out of her room and heading for the door. Mom, you called into the kitchen. I'm going to grab some things for Grandma, okay? Okay, hun, be back for dinner, she called back. You said you would, and you skipped out the door. Bakugou was waiting for you at the cafe entrance, leaning back casually against the wall of the building, with one foot cocked up and pressed against the wall with his arms crossed across his chest. You inhaled sharply at the sight. Oh, he just gets hotter each time I see him, you thought. Hey, he greeted you with a slight head nod. You replied his greeting with a giant smile and a quiet, hey, before following him inside. You want to order for us? He asked, leaning back in the chair and draping his arm across the empty seat beside him, crimson eyes watching you intently. Do you always have that intense stare? You asked with a giggle. Yeah, sure, I can order. I like what I'm seeing, he responded coolly. Can't I observe what I like? Your heart skipped a beat. Oh, you giggled, covering your mouth. He smirked, head tilting down. Am I coming on too strong? No, I'm just not used to it, you said, your brain desperately trying to focus on the menu and not Bakugou's flirtatious lines. You made light talk for a bit, and then he asked a question that had been on his mind since he first met you. So, what now? He asked, taking a big mouthful of spicy noodles. What do you mean, what now? You asked, taking a sip of your drink. He swallowed most of the mouthful before replying, with some of it shoved in his cheeks. Well, do you want to make this official? What, us? You asked, tilting your head. Yeah, us, he replied, twirling his fork in the bowl, readying for another mouthful. I would really like that, but there seems to be a few hiccups on my end, you said sullenly. Like what? He asked gruffly. Like my parents remembering your antics when you were in my body and they've made up their mind that they don't like you? He threw his head back and laughed. Old hags, he said, laughing manically. Like I give a damn if they like me or not, he said, digging into his bowl again. Your heart sank. Bakugou, you may not like my parents, but I'm quite close with them, and although I'm not supposed to be seeing you today, I do respect their thoughts and wishes. He looked up at you and stopped chewing, a mischievous smirk pulling at his lips. So you snuck out? You deviant, he mumbled through his mouthful. No, I didn't sneak out, you retorted, crossing your arms across your chest and knitting your brows together. My grandma covered for me, you replied, a smirk also pulling at your lips. Awesome grandma, he said smugly. I always liked her. She seemed to know what was going on. I'm pretty sure she did know from the beginning because she had a body swapping experience when she was younger too. She did? Bakugou asked, his crimson eyes gleaming with curiosity. She marry a soulmate? You looked down disappointedly. No, unfortunately. She said she doesn't regret it, but she often thinks about what could have been. That's why she's helping me to see you. Bakugou studied you silently. Well, not letting go of you anyway, now that we're together again. So we're getting married, parents' approval or not. Your eyes shot up and met his. Married? You stammered. Yeah, he smirked. When we're old enough. But I'm definitely making you mine. Your heart thumped in your chest. He's so sure. You smiled and covered your mouth to hide your happiness. That smile tells me you're happy with my decision, he commented, winking at you before taking another mouthful. You tried to get the rest of your food down, but the butterflies in your stomach wouldn't allow much to go down. When you left the shop, he grabbed your hand and spun you around into him. I've been wanting to kiss you ever since I saw you today, he said lowly, ducking his head to the side of your neck and kissing you gently. You squeaked with excitement and nuzzled into him, wrapping your arms around his neck. Don't worry about your folks, he whispered. I'll turn them around. His lips caught yours as you turned to say something to him, and the same type of kiss that happened that first time you two locked lips happened again. He was a commanding person, and his hot kisses made your body obey. You melted into him as he held you. Come on, he said, pulling away. I'll walk you home. And there ends chapter 16. Stay tuned for chapter 17.